This morning, I want to focus my talk on concentration or samadhi, which is one of the 7 factors of awakening. If we want to experience enlightenment, it is one quality we need to cultivate. So if you look at carefully our lives, the quality of our life depends on the level of concentration or samadhi and stay on the single object of your breath. If you open your chanting book, page 2, number 1 of these essential dharmas of daily practice in one Buddhism states, let's read together. Let us cultivate and maintain the concentration of our Buddha nature so that we may be free from disturbance times in all practice. So just one item, one teaching of one Buddhism, if we practice this, you will have infinite wisdom, infinite joy, and power. Concentration is a real spiritual power, and success, whatever you do. So one of the greatest challenges of our time in 21st century is that how to learn concentration, how to concentrate your mind. Because the last 10 years challenged us with the highest stimulating machines such as iPhone, iPad, internet, computer, TV, radio, MP3, all kinds of little things challenged us, our ability to concentrate on one thing and stay focused. Almost impossible without being interrupted by phone or TV or internet. So in your life, where does your distraction comes from? Is it coming from internal or coming from external? There are 2 kinds of distractions. First, internal distraction is inner noisy in your mind, which is coming from living in the past, replaying all the mistakes, regrets, doubts, and past injustice. So do you spend much time living in the past? Another area, internal distraction, comes from living in the future. Endlessly worry about the future, something not happened yet. It may not happen at all, but we constantly thinking about it and worry about it. By daydreaming about the future. So, how do you live your life? Do you live in the past or do you live in the future? Or are you living here and now in the moment, in the present moment? Second distraction is coming from external, from superficial stimulation, which is a lot in our life here, especially in New York City. We have access to 24-hour media and internet. It never happened before. We are interacting with a noisy culture and noisy people and noisy society. If you have a quiet moment, are you enjoying that quiet moment with a meditation, or are you constantly looking for stimulation? And so what is your entertainment? What can I be happier with something external? So most people seems to not know what they want. They seem like they're like a calmness, tranquility. But when they have a calmness, tranquility in their spare life, they're calling somebody, turn on TV or surfing internet, chatting in the internet, twittering or Facebook, uploading pictures and things you like in your Facebook. So somehow we don't know what we want. That is a big problem in our society. So it is good to withdraw from external stimulation. It is actually very good to withdraw from superficial stimulation from outer world and calming ourselves with our breath, coming back to our breath. When you are upset, see your breath. Your breath is rough, right? So calming your breath is calming your body. When you calm your body, your mind calms. When I was young, I was growing up in a very small farm village. And I heard only sound of nature. There is no radio, no TV, no internet, no telephone, nothing at all. What we are enjoying in this age, in this city. The only thing I heard was sound of wind, sound of raindrops, birds singing, and sound of water traveling in the river. You may think it's boring, but I never knew what was the meaning of boring at all when I was young. So it was okay. Don't have those, doesn't mean you are lack of something. It was pretty nice actually growing up with the nature and with no little machines we playing on our hands all the time with an iPhone or MP3. I didn't mind working a little harder because we have to do everything on our hands. Most of the time I spend in the farm because my father always woke me up at the dawn before sunrise. And he took me to the farm. And I was helping him by taking over vegetables, grains, watermelons, strawberries, and melons, and persimmons. Because of my enjoyment of being with nature, with all of this, I could hear the sound of a watermelon. When I was really young, I could hear the sound of a rice growing. If we do not have like a clock, because we didn't have a clock at home that time, we were functioning with the sunrise, and the location of the sun and location of the moon tells us what time approximately. That was enough. So we all follow the rhythm of nature. If a sunrise, we get up. If a sunset, it's time to quiet and go to bed because there is no electricity. You don't have much things to do there anyway. So sunrise. So if you live with the nature, rhythm of nature, what would happen to you? Do you know what time the sun rise this morning in New York City? This morning in New York City, sun rises at 5:24 a.m. So if you follow and live with the rhythm of nature, you got up at least 5 o'clock or 5:30. So if you got up like 5:30, you have more than 6 hours already in the morning. You had plenty of time to meditate. Did you? Did you meditate a long time? Of course, we meditate together and chant together. That really helps to build concentration. Many people today in our society, in New York especially, are multitasking. Do you do multitasking too? I have a friend who are driving, talking to me, and texting on the phone. Drove me crazy. I don't know how they do it. If you look at carefully, people in our society, in our city, people are walking, eating, talking, and texting together. If you go to Central Park, even when I walk to the UN, I can see a couple of people doing that. Then why are we multitasking? What is the consequence of multitasking? People today are motivated by the wish to be more productive and to make free time for family, friends, or fun. Are you really have more time with the family by multitasking it? We are multitasking because we don't want to miss anything. We want to know everything about the world 24 hours. So you have a curiosity about the world, what is happening in the world. Why not having curiosity to know your inner world, to know your mind, and what's happening in your mind? If you look at our multitasking habits, if you keep doing it, we are creating a habit of more stressed, overwhelmed. If you keep doing 5 different things at the same time, there is an advertisement actually in magazine, a woman doing 5 different things at the same time as productive or effective, but it's not. It's overwhelmed if you do that, continue to do that, and overstimulated, and not helping you at all. Because if you keep doing it, you will be more disappointed than not doing it at all. And if you keep watching TV, reading newspaper, eating, and all kind of things, you become more pessimistic and worry about, and depressed and unhappy. So multitasking do not make you productive or do not make you a happier person. When I was young, I learned doing just the one thing at a time. One of the fascinating experiences of doing one thing at a time was that in the farm, I'm already in the farm before sunrise. So I was diligently helping my father until I saw the sun. When you look at the eastern sky with the orange hue, so beautiful from darkness to the lighting, and receiving us, the new sun receiving us with such a beautiful way. In the beginning, just one red dot appears. And then if you keep watching it, a little line appears, and then a little curve, and a little more, a little more. It's very meditative way of receiving your day. While I'm watching this sunrise, no matter how much my father called me, I didn't hear. Because I was fully concentrated on watching this sunrise with the beautiful different hues of colors in the eastern sky.